Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're having some snow. When that footage was taken, it was the start of a lot of snow. But today I'm working on Mr. Hedgehog and Mr. Raccoon's cozy tree house. And that little Tylenol bottle is going to be a cast iron heater in their living room. Those little heaters that people in the country use. It heats up rooms, and then you can actually open the door and stick stuff in it to cook, like Dutch ovens. You can cook on the top, and so yeah, that's what I'll be working on. I'm also going to work on some furniture. And I like to decoupage when I'm recycling a plastic anything. I would like to cover it in paper so that it's to me it's the cheapest form of clay because it will harden like concrete. And then I can just create from there. I can paint and not have to worry about, 10 coats of anything. I don't have to waste my gesso. It's just scraps of paper and glue that's been diluted with water. And I just go around it. I'm making sure that with my thumb, I'm running it across the definition, the gap between the cap and the bottle so that we could see that definition because that's the look I'm going for. And when I actually, and you'll see in another video, when I get to painting it, it's one coat. That's it, one coat. And that's kind of what I like. I just want to save my paint and use the cheapest materials first. And I like the texture of it, and then the concept of putting layers of paper and glue on it makes it thicker and way more, and less likely to tip over. And so there's going to be a little pipe sticking out of it, which I use just regular rolled up paper. And and so just covering it all up and getting it to be completely wrapped up in paper and glue. And I'm gonna paint it black and put 2 doors. And I'm watching one of my favorite murder mysteries. This is the pilot episode of Macmillan and Wife, and it's I want to say an hour. No, it's got to be 2 hours. Yeah, something like that. And you can find it on YouTube. I actually find a lot of my 70s TV shows on YouTube, but I own a few. So yeah, watching Macmillan and Wife, and that first episode is one of my favorite. So yeah, just working and putting this together.
For the real thing. Now, I do not want that responsibility on your shoulders, even though they are very broad.
Well, let me get the collection to the gallery, and in the morning you can come in and check to see that everything is in mint condition. Okay?
Okay.
For real, okay?
For real, okay. I'll just see the sarcophagus.
Now I'm going to make their beds, and they're little felt creatures. Y'all probably saw me make them in another video. No, I'm not going to discard them and make better raccoon and hedgehogs. What you see is what you get. Yes, I do plan on making more raccoons and hedgehogs or something. I just not going to go to the Dollar Tree during this weather, but I am going to go and try to wipe them out of all their little felt kits so that I can practice. But these characters, these felt creatures will be part of my world. So, yeah, they could be visiting family, that kind of thing. I don't know. But I do need to practice. And I think I'm going to buy, I think I need to practice on the mice. And I think that felt mice will probably be a lot easier to make than the hedgehog. Though the hedgehog is adorable. I mean, it just has this little orange fro on its back, and it's it's the cutest little thing. So I'm making 2 little beds, and I'm not quite sure exactly how I'm going to do these beds, but I'm not going to make them big. I'm not going to paper mache them. I'm just going to paint them and just kind of do basic headboard. One of them is going to be a roundish headboard, and the other one is going to look like, planks side by side to give it a look that I put little pieces of wood. So I take these little scraps of cardboard and I'm just going to lay them side by side, not the same size, and just create a little headboard there. So put some glue and then there you go. And then I can go in with the details when I paint to make them look like, little pieces of lumber to build the headboard. And then I'll paint them brown. But I think what I'm probably gonna do, I bought a whole kit. I want to say 50 pieces, 50 or 60 pieces of 8x8 quilt squares, and so I have so many ideas. They're going to get a little sheet. They're going to get a little comforter. I have some leftover snow bunting, and it's really supposed to be decorative, but I mean, cotton is cotton, so I'm going to use them to make little comforters, and pillows and that kind of thing. So yeah, putting together the beds and then I'm not going to go crazy with the legs of the bed. I want them to be stacked a little bit. I mean, I just don't want it to be a flat piece. But remember, their bedroom is covered in moss. And so I'm just right there. That's the footboard. And so I want them to be just a little bit rugged and shorter than the headboard. So yeah, no one's going to be looking under their bed. So I'm just going to put a couple of little squares to give it a tiny bit of height so that I can basically have some kind of grip onto the moss. So I'm really using the legs of these beds that I'm making to kind of snag onto the moss and really get those beds in there so they can't be moved. They won't, fall, tip over, none of that.
Hey, something new. Yeah. Sally found it in the junk shop. The car was out last night. She used it. Unofficial business. I know. Andy, is it necessary for you to keep me under constant surveillance? You're the commissioner. We don't want anything to happen to you. Nothing ever happens to commissioners. Here, put that on the desk. Something might. Look, Mac, this is my last year. If you should get killed, Be very embarrassing for me. Andy, I didn't take this job just to sit in one of these chairs here or behind my desk or in my car. The city's car. You shouldn't.
Oh, please hurry, because I don't want to miss the bidding on the
Bidding? On what?
sarcophagus. Dude, go around that.
Honey, I want your word. You're not going to bid on anything.
You got it.
Are you going to bid on anything?
Yes. Well, there's this unique little Fellini clock.
No.
We'll go for $300.
No.
The money goes to charity. Don't forget, it's deductible.
From what?
Mac.
No. And that means no. Back. Down. Sit. Stay. What's holding us up? Oh, they're improving the city. Sergeant Enright in my force. Good evening, Mrs. McMillan.
How do you do?
I didn't know you were a collector.
Oh, well, the chief thought it'd be a good
If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go see how they're doing.
have a good evening. Like I was saying, the chief thought it'd be a good idea if I came down here and checked out the security. He said that you didn't need the police, not that you didn't want them, and, the security looks very good, sir. I mean, they've got all the stuff in one room, and it's got one door and no windows, and they're gonna bring out each item separately. Well, I think I'll be leaving now, sir.
Good night, Sergeant. And thank you.
I have 3,800 over there, 3,800. 4,000. 4,000 from the gentleman here.
I'm not sure what supplies or little decorations that my critters can handle. I mean, I just like to get some preliminary objects created, like candle bases. So a lot of these are going to look identical, but if I make a candle holder, it's gonna, I make the candle holder, but then eventually I'm going to glue it. Once it dries, I will glue it to a button, a tiny little button, and then make little handle, and then I will melt real wax. I did once use just the glue, the glue gun. Just kind of dipped a piece of string, and then dipped it into the glue gun head, the point, the head of the glue gun, and just dipped it in there because these are teeny tiny little candles, and it dried, and so I might do that. I have some old candle wax that I need to clean out this one glass, and I think what I'm going to do is heat it up and then make little red candles because it's red. It's got the little. You can't burn a candle in there. I mean, you can't burn the wick anymore. It keeps blowing out, but there's some wax in there. So I'll make a couple of miniature candles. So that's what I end up doing. I also want to make a hurricane lamp. I adore hurricane lamps. And I just don't think there's room for a fireplace in their bedroom because I do want to put a little wardrobe in there. They have the little cast iron stove in their sitting room, but I'm not. But so anyway, I just decide, I might make these hurricane lamps because when I'm making things, I think of the other homes that I'm making, and there will be the mouse family that lives downstairs from the raccoon and the hedgehog. So you've seen the tree, and you've seen that they have 2 rooms in this tree. There will be an underground home for little mice. I think I'm going to go with the mice. I was thinking about rabbits, but I just feel compelled to make mice. So the diorama is going to be designed like you see here, where you have the tree, and then I'm going to rest it on a very sturdy box, and I'll show y'all how I do that so that it doesn't collapse or anything. I've done it before, which is why the beaver home hasn't collapsed into the otter home. And then just, then you'll see the mice will live underground. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And some of these little doodads are just, they can be boxes of things. They can be seasoning, whatever. But I definitely need candles. And I went ahead and made a couple of the base of a hurricane lamp, and I'll let them dry for a few days, and then I'll paint them and add bits and pieces so that you can see what they look like. That's kind of neat. But so right now it doesn't make any sense what I'm molding. But trust me, I have a little bag of beads, pretty beads, and I like to make little knickknacks. I think that one that I'm working on right there is actually the lamps, the night lamps with the handles. I think that's what I'm working on right there. Yeah, and then I just kind of, when you're working with clay, especially air dry clay, you need to keep it a little moist so that you can get a good, it doesn't look too wonky. And it seals, especially if you have like 3 parts, and you could seal them together, get it wet, and they'll stick. I have dropped these and they do break, so be very careful with them. The only time that they won't break, really, like I had a tea kettle, tea set, and the lid fell and didn't break. I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God. But, because I shellac them afterwards. And I really I don't go out there and spray them with some expensive shellac. I just use glue. After it's completely dry, I use straight up glue, undiluted, no water. And it's pretty strong. So, yeah. So for Christmas, my daughter gifted me a mystery box of miniature items. And I love it. And it came with 2 pieces of furniture, 2 chairs, which, yeah, because my miniatures go in these little dioramas. They don't go in a dollhouse. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do with those chairs. I might save them and do something with them. But I loved everything else. I mean, pots and pans and kettles and china and oatmeal, and it just was so fun to go through it. Little spoons, little knives, little forks. So I'm picking out the pieces that I'm gonna want for Mr. Hedgehog and Mr. Raccoon. Just looking at all the little objects to give me an idea. Do I want to make food? I made food for the beavers. They have little wood chips. I did not make any food for the otters yet. Though they do have a pantry and they do have a stove. But I'm trying to figure out what will Mr. Hedgehog and Mr. Raccoon, they have got to get better names. I mean, I'm just going to have to name them something. But yeah. So I got to figure out what exactly I want in their kitchen.
Not appeared in his 8th century.
Well, I'm I'm interested in purchasing something. A clock, perhaps.
You tried last night.
Sir? Look, I think you better tackle Jacoby. You're a better match for him than I am.
Commissioner, Corday's been killed.
Something that happens to somebody else. You read about it in the papers, or you see it on TV, but just a minute ago he was here. He was talking in this funny way and moving his hands all around. You know, until a man died.
So this is what it looks so far. Their beds haven't been painted yet, but they fit. That's the size that I want. Also, the little critters fit in their beds. So now I'm going to work on their living room furniture, their sitting room, I should say. And I think I'm going to make a wingback chair for Mr. Raccoon. And I had a little odd-looking couch, bench, whatever you want to call it, that was sitting in the beaver house, but I stole it, and I'm going to take off the legs, because I stuck tacks. Yeah, no, not tacks. What do you call them? Anyway, I had these little, bulletin board tacks. But tacks are the specific name for tacks are the metal heads, right? And these are push pins. There you go, push pins. I was like drawing a blank. So I used push pins for the legs. I yanked those out, and I will be reupholstering this thing, because it's not it doesn't have any covering whatsoever. It's just an odd looking bench, but I'm going to fix it up, and that's where Mr. Hedgehog will sit. So right now I'm constructing, and I could have done a better way, but I'm using scraps that I've already cut, and so I'm just, I don't want to throw away a scrap because it doesn't perfectly create a wingback chair. So I'm gonna just mold it as I go. This is my process. I'm not an interior designer, and I don't make furniture for a living, so this is just the best I can do. But it comes out adorable. Wait till you see it. It's just adorable. So
Worthwhile, well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can never tell, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all. Mary, is Lou in his office?
No, he isn't.
Good, I'll go right in then.
Ed, you know he doesn't like anybody in there.
I have to make a personal call.
What's the matter with the phone in your dressing room?
I think it's tapped.
Who would tap Ted's phone?
Maybe the FBI needs a few laughs.
Mary, you didn't let somebody into my office, did you?
Mr. Grant, I am the associate producer. I'm just a little too busy to keep people out of your...
Thanks a lot, Ray. At least you're gonna warn me.
Oh, but Mary, this isn't just you reaching for the next plateau. It's us.
But what if us does a rotten job and gets herself fired?
Exactly. What, Rhoda? I don't think I'd do a rotten job and get myself fired. Happy, working late. It's exactly what I do now.
Come in. What is it, Mary?
Well, Mr. Grant, you know, about the job.
My job?
That's the one.
Well, you'll be glad to know that you didn't get it. You're not glad.
Hey, Lou, couldn't I just run the office from here?
Murray, you run an office from an office. Besides, an expense account goes with the job.
Oh, in that case. Anyway, good luck.
Yeah, you too, Murray. With me as your program manager, you're gonna need it.
There they are, our new executives.
Just remembered I forgot my aspirin.
Hiya, boss. Say, Mur, I suppose there must have been a couple of times during my ride here that I gave you back. Say, maybe I can take you to lunch today, Murray. Say, Mur.
Now, Mr. Grant, it's all yours. Wow. Grant.
Oh, well, Lou, here's one that we sort of like. Now, look, the news is, well, really like a newspaper, you know? I mean, you got the hard news, you got sports.
Want some coffee?
No, thank you.
Am I time?
No, Mr.
You remember those great programming ideas I showed you?
Yes.
Well, I showed them.
And they didn't want...
Oh, no, I don't want to sit on that spread. It might shed all over my suit.
Here's a nice beanbag. Why don't you try that?
Mrs. Morgenstern! Oh, don't get up. Don't worry, I can.
You don't jump out of that thing before it swallows you.
Mary!
So nice to see you.
Hi, don't you look pretty? Oh, it's probably the new shoes. Don't you look wonderful? But then, why shouldn't you?
And now, Mary, our special guest star, my father, Mr. Morgenstern. I feel I know you. He was the corner of Oakhurst and Burnside. My parents stayed there once.
Good. I'll see if there are any vacancies, and later I'll come back with a luggage.
I'm for me.
For you.
But your father. I mean, nobody tells me I look like Cary Grant.
Mom, what if you try?
Well,
On the block, how come you and Papa are in here acting like nothing is wrong?
he doesn't know.
Great, great. How would he not know?
Rhoda, I've been keeping something from you. It's very difficult to tell you this, Rhoda, but there's another party.
Another party. You don't mean you and
No, him and he doesn't know? He doesn't know
that's all. It's too dumb, Ma. Don't come in here and tell me that my father is
taking me out to dinner and bringing home flowers.
Ma, I want you to stop this talk. I don't want to talk any more about it.
Rhoda, you've got this all wrong. It's not his fault. People spoke to your father, especially women.
Mary's chair.
And this is Mary Moss's office door. New red. And this is him. Well, Mr. Grant, hello. I didn't think we'd catch you here. I thought you'd be out to lunch, but here I was just looking over your little newsroom. You remember me, don't you? Ida Morgenstern. I met you the last time I was here. Anyway, here I am again, only this time I came with my husband Martin.
Hiya there.
We came all the way from New York. Well, I see you have a lot to keep you busy, so I'll just let you get back to work. It's been nice chatting with you, Mr. Grant. Bye-bye. Oh, that Mr. Grant is such a nice man. You know, you're right. He looks like Spencer Tracy.
Excuse me, Mrs. Morgenstern, I have to answer the buzzer. I'll be right in, Mr. Grant.
Isn't that Mary efficient? She heard that before it even buzzed.
Harry. A person. Just opened this door. And spoken small talk to me at some length.
That was Mrs. Morgenstern, Rhoda's mother. You might have remembered meeting her.
I might have remembered, but I didn't. I thought maybe she was somebody important. But now she turns out to be your friend's mother.
I'm sorry, Mr. Grant. Won't happen again. Excuse me. Rhoda, I'll be out in just a minute. No, I gotta do this, ma'am. Is she in trouble because of what just happened? Rhoda, really, everything is okay. I am not in trouble.
I disagree.
Now listen, Lou. It was my mother. So if you're gonna yell at someone, yell at me.
Okay. Rhoda, this is a newsroom. I have work all over my desk. I can't have people barging in here and interrupting me. And I do not enjoy being one of the high points of interest on the guided tour for visiting parents. Do I make myself clear?
I can't believe you took me up on that offer. You have anything left for me?
No, that did it.
Mary, I am sorry. I do crazy things when I'm hungry. It's okay. Listen, we can go to lunch now. Where is your mother? Oh, I don't know. She must have wandered off somewhere.
You just never know who you're gonna meet there, do you?
Yeah, come on in, Rhoda.
are you?
No.
Honestly?
Honestly.
Oh, Martin, I'm so mixed up with all these honestlys. It'd be simpler if you just told a lie.
Oh, you want to hear a lie? I'm going to tell you a lie. Ida, these last 35 years have been pure agony. I don't love you more than anything else in the whole world.
That's a lie?
Biggest one I ever told.
Oh, Martin. Oh, Martin. Oh, it's been a long time since we hugged.
Too long. Too long.
It's not too sexy anymore, is it?
Sure it is.
Oh, no, Martin. What you mean is we're comfortable together, but, well, it's not so romantic for you. I mean, if you met me today, wouldn't you marry a little taller?
Nope.
Well, we'll never know, will we?
Why not?
Well, you can't get married twice.
That's true. Hey. Hey, why not? Listen, there's no law against it. Ida, come on, let's get married again.
Again?
Listen, they renew leases, don't they? They pick up options. Look, we've been married for 35 years, honey. It's time we renewed our lease.
Renewed our lease. Martin, that's so poetic. Oh, please. Hello, Rhoda. Come right down and we'll tell you. And bring Mary, too, okay? Best 2 out of 3.
Of course.
I have an idea.
What, my love?
That white country, remember you
Yeah.
said you wanted it next to the sofa?
Yeah.
Here, in this part of the hallway.
Well,
They put all these toys in there.
this is me testing out how I want to set up the sitting room. I'm going to end up changing it because in the next video, I'll be making the cast iron heater and the comforter and pillows and all the little decorative pieces. Here, this is a little hint, give you a little preview. So I hope to see you in the next video, and you can watch me make all the little details that's going to make their home a home.